So to develop that particular layout, what we can do, we can of course, first of all, we need to start that particular specific new project, start a new one. So we have this our number game, and I think this is now it's a week 3, huh? So we will need to shift it to the week 3. Again, I just say next and finish. And once we are done with that, we have that particular specific things coming up. So because we are want to create that particular specific layout, we open that layout file, and here we are not going to make it vertically horizontal, so we can say that even we don't need to have that one. Okay, so here we can say that it's our number game, that's star, and then we can set certain properties of that particular text size or color. I say that primary dark, and then I say that text size, I say that 30 sp. What else? Make it bold. Text style, make it bold. Okay, fine. And maybe we want to leave some space on the top margin. Top, I say that 30 dp, and yeah, no, maybe think that if we put sorry, layout margin top, we have put it over there, but actually we have not put any constraints, so it is trying to stick to that particular top side. So if I put some constraint here, constraint top to the top of parent, so look at that, now that particular margin is applicable. Before that it was not applicable. So we have that particular heading. What else we have? So we have a game rules. Again, we need a text view. Text view is a wrap content, and then we say that text is game rules, and then look at that, it is going up there right on the top left corner. So how we can put it down? First, let me text size, I say that 20 sp. Okay, and then I say that text style, I say bold, and text color, I say that make it accent. Where is the accent? Yeah, color accent. So that has become like that. But now the point is, that is fine. We can put some margin on the left side. Margin left. Again, we can maybe put some 40 dp. It's not applying it. As you know that we have to give the constraint left to the left of the parent, then it will be applicable. But the point is, we want to bring that particular text view below this one. So first of all, we need to give that particular text view an ID. So ID, so we can say that game title. Yeah. So similarly, here we can say that the constraint top to the bottom of what? To the game title. So look at that, it is coming down, but it's just trying to stick to that. Maybe we can put some margin top. Margin top, how much? 30 dp. Fine. So now look at that, what I'm doing here again, just to refresh your, to slow down a bit, to explain you a little more. So we have that particular text view in the beginning. What we did, we changed that particular text here. Then we set some properties like color, text size, text style, and then we have, these are the constraints which were already there. Left to the left of the parent, right to the right of the parent. Actually, these two constraints make this particular text view horizontal center. And then I am giving that top to the top of the parent, because when we say margin top, it is not applicable unless and until we give this particular specific constraint. So we say that stick to that particular top of the parent, but when you say margin top, it will automatically coming down 30 pixels. Fine. Then we put the second text view, set all those properties like wrap content, what will be the text that we want to display here, what will be the size of that particular text, what will be the style and the color. But now this particular text view is automatically trying to stick to that particular top left corner. If we want to bring it down below that particular number game title, then we have to assign an ID to this particular text view, and then we can tell this particular text view to align yourself, to position yourself below this particular specific text view. That's what we are telling it here. Constraint top side should be constrained with respect to the bottom of the title. So it is trying to align itself. And then we are putting some margin. So that is the margin. This is the white space between these two text views. Okay, fine. And then you know that we need to put another. If we look at our layout, we also need to put another text view here, and we want to below this particular game rules, so we also need to give that particular ID here as well. Game rules title, because it's a game rules title. And then we can simply say that we want something text view, wrap content, it is fine. What will be the text here? Text is actually representing the color. Press the button with a larger number to earn 5 points, otherwise you will lose 5 points. So we can put that particular thing here. Press the number with the larger button to earn 5 points, and then I put /n here. /n mean it will automatically go to the new line. Okay, or even I can say that otherwise you will lose 5 points. Okay, again that particular specific text is right on the top left corner. Okay, so we want to make it center line, or maybe we want to put some constraint left of the parent, and so constraint left to the left of the parent, so that we can put some margin on the left side. On the margin left, we will try to make it same as our game rules. Game rule is 40, so we say that 40 dp. So now they are aligned itself on the left side as well, but we want to put below this one, so we need to put a margin again. Constraint top to the bottom of what? Game rules title. It is coming down here, but we want to put a margin top, maybe 20 dp. Okay, so we put those margins here, and look at that, it is trying to stick to that particular right side. So maybe we want to make it like putting some margin on the right. So if I say that I want to put a margin on the right, so I say margin right, and how much? The same as the left, so we say that 40 dp, but it is not applying. I mean, I'm giving that particular property, but it is not actually taking an effect on it. So how we can do that? So we need to say that constraint right to the right of parent. When you say that, and we are saying that left constraint and margin left, margin right. Okay, fine. But now the point is why this margin is not being applied. Okay, let me put all these margins here. Margin left, margin right, they are not actually applying over there. When you have both sides, one side, if I just say left or right, it is applying, but on the right side it is not. So maybe we don't need that particular right part. Maybe we can put some padding, empty space within the padding right, 40 dB. Okay, so now it's not like trying to stick to that one, so it is actually leaving that particular space, empty space. Also, it is not the margin, it is inside the widget, but still it's trying to make it things similar. Okay, maybe we can try to remove those constraints. Can we? Left to the left of the parent and put all those margins. Parent left is not working, margins top is working. Why not? Let me put all the margin on the all four sides. Yep. No, that is not working at all. Maybe we can put the margin like that. We are putting that particular margin. But anyway, this is the way you can play with it. Wow, you can do that. Let me go back to my other things as well. Yeah, we are putting some padding and we are putting some left and top. Fine. So we have that particular, and now we need to add, if we look at our, we need to add two buttons. So again, these buttons will come down that particular specific text view. So what we can do, we can say that we can give the ID here, ID, and then we can say that game rules. These are the game rules, and here we can say a button. So when you add a button, wrap content, we want to put it below this particular. So the constraint top to the bottom of what? Game rules. Look at that, it's coming down. And if I want to leave some space, I have to add that particular specific margin top. How many? 30 dB. Okay, but again it is trying to stick to that particular specific side, so we want to make it to the a bit right. So we have to give the constraint left to the parent, and then we can say that margin left. How much? 40. So if I try to copy that button here, actually it will create a same button at the same position. But what I want to change these particular constraints. That's margin top is fine, but the point is I want to change that particular constraint right to the right of the parent. So now it's going over there, and I also need to change that particular margin right top 40. So we have that particular specific buttons there, and then at the last we have that particular text view that is actually wrap content, and we have that particular text that is scores. Okay, and I say this thing, and in the beginning the score is 0, fine, and then we can also give the text color, accent, text size 25 sp, and text style, make it bold, but I want to come down this particular button. So maybe this button is actually ID. I give that particular ID. It's a right side button, so I say that right button. And for this particular button, I can say that it's an ID, and then we say that it's a left button because it's on the left side on the screen, it's the right side on the screen. So here we can simply say a constraint top to the bottom of what? I mean, well, it depends. You want to say left or right, they are both fine. The reason is that we want to bring that particular, so left button. So we can say that margin top 30 dp, and then we can also say that constraint left to the parent, and then we have the margin left. So margin left is like 40 dp. So we are done with that particular specific layout, which is exactly the same that we want to create. And there is a margin issues here. I mean, we are putting all those margins at exactly the same sign. I mean, the left sides of all these text views, they are aligned with that particular button as well. But we can change that thing in these buttons. If I try to put those margins left to 60, and then here we have margin right to the 60, so you can see that now they are a little bit inside as compared to the, so that is, we have created that layout, and we will see in the next video that how we can implement these functionality. What we want, that these buttons should show some numbers, and then the user click on the larger button, and then that score change. If the user click on the wrong button, then that scores go down. Okay, that's what we want to implement actually. But right now we have just created that particular specific layout. How we can create that particular layout. Okay, so let me stop that particular specific video